So what happens at a DIDS meeting? Well, typically people start to arrive and have a cup of tea. We spend about 15 minutes just chatting before we move into a circle. Once we're in that circle, we spend a minute in silence. We have an empty chair in all of our meetings, and this empty chair symbolises the men who could not make that meeting on that night, or for some of the men that we've lost along the way. After that silence, we have what's called a check-in, and it's an opportunity for you to check in with all the other men in the group, to tell them how you're travelling that week, what's happening in your life at this point in time. Now, once you've finished that check-in, we also have some silence. It's a period of reflection. There's no judgment, no advice, just space. What happens after the check-in? We usually go to a break, we have another cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and then we come back to that circle again. The second part of all of our meetings is what's known as the campfire, and this is a really interesting time. We'll pick up a thread or a topic that's come up in the first part of the meeting, and then we'll explore that as a group. So people share stories, they'll share experiences and some of the wisdom around this particular topic. And what we find is that you get some insights around your own story and perhaps some ideas around how you're going to move forward in the weeks to come. So after the campfire, we check out, and it's just a great way to make sure that everyone's okay before they head off back out into the world, but more importantly, to get a chance to express how you feel at that moment. Now, a lot of our men that come along, it's very confronting to walk into the room and they may not feel like sharing, so you've always got the right to pass and just observe. And if you want to do that for a few weeks, that's okay. It's quite amazing how much you learn simply from listening to other people. Other men come along to one of our meetings and that's all they need to get out there and do something constructively with their lives. For others, they come week after week over a period of time as their separation and divorce goes through many changes over a period of months. It's these men that often find that the support of that group is valuable and it keeps them supported as they go through this process. One of the great things about our groups is that friendships often happen as well. So if you're disconnected, it's a great way to meet other men, and often they'll have social events or other things outside of the group that they might do once a month. Our facilitators have all come through this group process, so they were volunteers who decided they wanted to give something back. So that's essentially what happens in a DIDS group.